Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a wonderful November and looking forward to the festive holiday season. I already took out some kind of sparkly, some of my more festive pillows for my bed, and I'm getting excited to see family and friends soon. So yeah, I hope you're enjoying the season. I wanted to come on here and do like a super quick review of this bag. This is the Adele bag from Bag Inc. And I had done like an unboxing and reveal of this back in, I think, August. And now that I've been using it for a couple of months, I wanted to just tell you what I think of it, how it's holding up, and just do sort of a review and also show you like how I pack it too. So without further ado, let's jump into the video. So first thing, I wanted to show you how the bag is holding up after a few months of use. I will say I don't use this as my everyday bag because for work this is just not large enough. I need to carry a computer and a lunch and all sorts of other things, but this is excellent for a weekend day bag. This is comparable to the jumbo size Chanel double flap bag. It's absolutely beautiful. It's constructed really well. You've got the double flap here, and this is how I store the chain. For mine, I just kind of wrap it down there, and then when I need to use it, you just pull it through that way, and when you're ready to put it away, I just grab one of these loops and pull the chain through there, and that way it's like just really compact on the outside, and then you can tuck this chain inside. So that's how I store it when it's not in use. It's got the double flap, it has this back pocket, and it has all the same construction as design as the Chanel version with the double pockets, and this lipstick holder in here, and this extra pocket right there. There's also the zipper compartment up here that can fit maybe a couple of things or a little extra money or something, but overall it has held up really well. There is just a little bit of thread. I don't know if you can see, but right here there's like a little bit of thread that kind of came undone. I can probably snip that and take good care of it. You can also just reposition the chain to hide that on the like inside portion, but I hope you can see it's in excellent condition. There's really no wear and tear on the corners whatsoever, and I've taken this out in tough weather, in the rain. I've dropped it a couple times, but it's fine. It's really sturdy and the construction is really solid. It's a very, very structured bag, so you need to learn how to pack it, I would say, and I was not used to that before, so slight learning curve for me because I tend to love huge tote bags, and this is not that type of a bag, but it has held up really well. There's virtually no wear and tear, so if you live somewhere that it rains, it snows, it can change, this is a really, really good bag for all different kinds of weather. Perfect for me. I live in Seattle, so that's really helpful. There is a little bit of scratching on the hardware here. It's kind of hard to focus, but I will try and insert some close-up shots for that so that you can see what that looks like. That's just from general use. You know, as you turn the lock, the parts up here and above and below are just gonna get scratched a little bit, but the average person walking down the street is not going to notice that on you, so it looks really good and impressive. What are my thoughts about the bag? So that's wear and tear. Okay, so for me personally, I love the look of the bag, but it is kind of heavy. When there's nothing in it, I don't feel like it's heavy, but when I just put a couple things in it, it does seem to get really heavy. And I have heard that about the Chanel Jumbo in general, so if you're debating and thinking about getting a Chanel bag in the future, I would highly recommend that you try out the Adele Bag by baginc.com and try it out first, because now that I've used this in real life, I don't know if the pockets and the configuration and the style really warrants $5,000 plus, or actually $6,000 expenditure for me anymore, but it's just good to know and try it out. It still might be worth it for you, but you have to see if you can make it work. So those are my thoughts on the bag. There's definitely some cons here. I find it heavy, and when it is really full, I find that the chain gets really heavy on my shoulder, and it will kind of like dig into my shoulder a bit, so that's something that you have to be mindful of. And I don't love the inside necessarily. I mean, it seems roomy, but it's just not roomy. It's a very large rectangular space, and if you're used to more hobo style bags or tote bags, that might be a little bit frustrating because you have to almost Tetris style puzzle piece your items in there to figure out how best to fit them. So I have found a system that works for me, and I absolutely still love this bag, but I will say I probably don't reach for it as much as I thought I would. So it's kind of a, you know, pros and cons there. The pros of the bag, it's very beautiful, it's stunning in person. This caviar leather finish is really durable, so I love that. And it's great for all different kinds of weather and all different kinds of occasions. So it's still a very good multi-use, multi-purpose bag that has a bit of polish and pizzazz. So overall, I would probably give this bag like a B. It's not an A++ for me, but it might be an A++ for you. And if you're thinking about getting a Chanel Jumbo, you should definitely try this bag out first before you put down some serious dollars for a handbag. The next thing I wanted to share with you is how I pack the Adele bag for me. So let me just open it up and show you what I'm able to fit in here. I have switched to a smaller Kate Spade bifold wallet just because this seems to work well in my new Gucci Soho Disco bag as well. So I'm using that right now, but this bag will certainly fit any sort of a longer wallet, so you can easily tuck that in here. I also generally carry with me like a little, I would say a medium-sized makeup bag that has all sorts of bits and bops in it. So this is what it looks like, and this is about how thick it is. So that's fairly sizable. That's somewhat chunky in there. And I have another little zip top pouch that I have additional cards in here. So extra like loyalty points cards, like my Sephora card, just other cards that I have, gift cards, things like that. That can fit in here vertically. So instead of this way, I can put it in here this way. And then for my phone, I tend to always have my phone right in my hand, if I'm honest, or in my jacket pocket. But I do think that the pocket in the back is just perfect for the phone. And I have the iPhone 6. I don't think the 6 Plus would really fit in there very well, but this one fits in there perfectly. It's comfortable. It doesn't necessarily distort the pocket all that much. I don't use the pocket too much for my phone, but it is nice to have it right in there so that as it's against my body, I can just reach down and grab it. And that's kind of how I pack that. But let me just show you what the inside looks like with all of those three things. And I tend to stuff my keys back here into this pocket over here, simply because that compartment is completely hidden. So if your keys scratch the lining, no one's ever gonna see that. So that's kind of my recommendation of, you know, put your keys in this back, in this back section here. That's what I would recommend. And so again, this is what it looks like inside, with a big wallet, a makeup bag, an additional card holder, and that's pretty much all I carry with me on the weekends. There's still room in there to tuck in like a granola bar or something else. I always try to keep a small snack with me on the go, but that's all that's in there. And I will say, just with that much, this bag does feel a little bit heavy, so it's a bit of a commitment, I will say, but it does look really glamorous and impressive, and I wish it could hold some more. I think that the double flap design is what kind of takes away some of the interior space, because when I've looked at reviews of the original Chanel bag, double flap versus single flap, the single flap seems to be a lot more roomy, and it's just one open compartment. It's easier to get a lot in there, and it's easier to get in and out of there. So food for thought if you're considering between the double or single flap. I don't have either, so I can't really tell you. I'm just telling you about this one here. So that's just kind of my quick snippet, a quick update on wear and tear, a really mini condensed version of a review of the bag, and also how I pack my bag. I hope you enjoyed this little video, and if you have questions for me, leave them in the comments below. I'm happy to answer them, and I will leave some links down below of where you can get the bag. Thanks for watching. Bye!